got internet. We got internet. Do you hear me? I was reading some super chats. What a shame. It could have been so much fun. It's weird. It says the exhibit, but then on the thing it says.
We're doing it. What's going on, guys? Saturday night. It is Schmuel Bachman. Here for a Saturday. Let's see what's going on. Oh. Yes, the burritos are ready. I guess I had the alarm on and I've got the stuff in the background going on. So the game just ended, and hopefully I have the remote here to turn off the television. And our boy Stuttering John is needs a friend, man. Somebody's got to help him, because somebody really ought to let him know that this streaming drunk is just not the best thing in the world to be doing. It's 60 years old with kids and Mick Ultras. But what are you gonna do? It's not my thing. Cigarette Jones, Schmuel's pot pie is coming out of the oven. It's my little thing letting me know that it's time. Mr. Z, welcome. Happy Saturday night. So, we've got some people with the link, and we'll see what happens. And if they pop in, it'll be one show. And if they don't pop in, it'll be another one, albeit shorter. But, my God, poor Johnny. Just hammered. And I was on with Husey and Eckel and Panhandler and other people earlier today, and we had a lot of fun. And I'm just gonna like not delay and bring him in. Hi, Mr. Panhandler.
Why are you going up against the boss like this? This is
I always go up against the boss. This is how
unacceptable.
you get. This is how you get the link.
Unacceptable.
He sees me on, and then he's like, and then he sees you on here. Then he's like, oh, I can't let them
No,
have
he's
any
got
fun.
Tukey. He doesn't want anybody else.
Is Tukey still on?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been it's funny. Tukey's been kind of making the rounds the last little bit.
Yeah, I saw he was on Mersh last night, and I know he's been fucking around with Carmax a little bit, or sniping him or something. I don't watch that crap.
How do you feel about sniping?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, it could be interesting. It just depends who it is. Like Kevin's terrible at it, but obviously Patrick's pretty good. But Patrick never live snipes, right? So who really live snipes around, right? Don't people mainly now look at the clips like, Doom or Stalin or Joe Burrow's clips, or Sam Bibley? We need to get Sam Bibley on the list of clippers that content creators start using. But right, everybody uses clips. Nobody really live snipes anymore, do they?
Nah, KB live snipes all the time. OJ was live sniping Stuttering John. Stuttering John just struck his channel.
Yeah, I heard. Did Chad lose his channel permanently, or was he's just suspended?
Chad, or did you say Chad?
Yeah, did Chad, or was KB just doesn't know what he's talking about?
I haven't heard that.
Okay.
I've been actually getting DMs from Panhandler. Wow, this is new. No, $1.99. Pan, thanks for coming on NPS. Enjoyed our snipe.
Thank you for having me, Dan. I appreciate it.
Were you cat sniping me?
A little bit, not too much. We were kind of all over the place. It was a good hang. I thought Dan, because Dan and I, and we talked about this a little bit. Sorry, I don't know if it was backstage or not, so I don't know if I'm revealing any secrets. But Dan and I are very similar as kind of the way we approach things. So I thought he was going to get me with something. I was waiting for him to pull a fast one, but it was a good time. It was good. Deb was super nice. It was fun. I appreciate it.
Good. I'm happy for you. What do you call it? I just realized that it's funny when I turned on the computer started doing an update, and now I'm realizing what that update was. Sorry, it's got my lights. My lights are on a thing, and they whatever. Anyway, my lights updated, and now my app is not working. But there you go. In any event,
were you thinking about sniping somebody or
no? I'm trying to. I'm having a debate that goes on in my head, right? Which is, I don't know how I feel about this stream sniping. So, I used to get annoyed at KB because every day Ray would go live and then he would snipe.
You're right. He waited till Ray started to start MLC, right?
Right. And so, but not, that's old news. I'm really more like wondering about, so like OJ getting struck, right? I mean, it is John's content, right? Like, and he is making super chats or whatever during that time. OJ is. So is he taking money from, is he taking money from John?
And maybe a little bit, but I don't think it'd be like tangible. I mean, like I would never have watched or known who Steel Toe was unless it was Patrick. I mean, Patrick made it fun when he was doing, Melton in the Mornings. What was that in 2023 when he was going up against him? And even a little bit, into all the whole divorce and polycule nonsense. Like I think some snipers make the shows more interesting or whatever. So there's shows I wouldn't watch. I think it's a good thing. I don't. That's the one thing I disagree with, Canoe about. It's, same with going to war with the Clippers. I mean, if they're getting your stuff out there.
So yeah, but we're talking about two different things, right?
I think it's still exposure, regardless of whether it's Clippers or sniping, right?
Yeah, but if you got Ray on, right? And if Ray's doing a show and Kevin is doing a show, everybody's going to watch Kevin, right?
100%.
And so then Ray's not going to make any money on his show because all the money's going to Kevin. So it's almost like that's my issue with stream sniping. I'm using Ray and Kevin as just as an example.
But I don't know if that example would fly for everybody else because Kevin used to pay his guests. So yes, people send super chats in to shit on Ray or any other guest. Oh, Doom's really been going after me. I'm gonna. You know what's interesting to me, Doom, and I should have tweeted you this earlier, that you were sniping, or I'm sorry, you were clipping Mersh for a while, but didn't Ethan just body Mersh all over the place, and I didn't see any sort of clips from you on that, or did I miss that? It's almost like Doom was being paid for Mersh. Would be my kind of conspiracy.
Well, Doom
Is that interesting, Doom, or no?
Doom put up that entire thing on Jesse PS going after Mersh.
Did she? Okay, all right. So maybe it's not that interesting then. Now you're kissing Doom's ass. Great.
I'm gonna be bringing on. He's not coming on. Nasty Neil was supposed to come on. Oh. So looks like it'll just be you and me for a little while.
Oh yeah, he got into a big thing. Like I was watching Doom's clip with him and Stuttering John and Ava. Doom had a clip out with that recently, I think.
Yeah, I was chatting back and forth with him earlier today about it. Well, I was during the stream, I was texting Ava while the fight was going on, and because she's like arguing with Neil, and I'm like, he's agreeing with you, and I thought it was pretty funny.
Well, I mean, John seemed pretty hammered, shocking in that clip. So, Doom's response.
There you go. Ethan was screaming slurs and threats the entire time over copyrighted music, kind of unclippable.
Damn it. I'm going to get you one time, Doom. Eye of Mordor. I'm going to get you, Doom. One time.
All right, so we'll just try to focus here. We'll come back to sniping, but I'll talk about this Ethan Ralph thing in a minute. I didn't really, I didn't get it, to be that honest with you. Like, I'm not an Ethan fan, not an Ethan fan, but not an Ethan Mersh thing. I just don't find Ethan all that interesting. And but I don't know what the fight was over. It's like a girl off the internet tries to get Mersh. Mersh doesn't follow up on it, or if he did, he didn't do anything about it. And then this Ethan guy flies all the way to Florida to be with her, and now I'm hearing that they had some sort of split up and he's doxing her or something. It just seems like a universe that I don't want to get into.
Yeah, I think that whole universe, Pod Awful, Ethan, Ralph Male fans, and Revenge of the Sith fans, they get really nasty with shit, as far as the doxing or fucking with people's real lives. I don't know the whole story either, but it sounds like you got it right. I don't follow Ethan that much. That I didn't know that it's over between him and what was it, Ice Dancer, whatever that e-girl's name is, type thing. Yeah, I'm not sure why Mersh was upset too, because that's the story that I think it is too. That she wanted to get with Mersh or hang out with Mersh, and he didn't do it, and then she moved on to Ethan, and then I guess Mersh was upset about that, even though he had his chance. Like I said, I don't follow it that closely, so I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't follow it that closely either. But the thing is, when it comes to e-girls and this chatting back and forth, and it's kind of boring, right? Pretty quick, you know.
Yeah, it's I've made similar mistake. Yeah, it's not. Stay away from e-girls. That would be the only advice that I would agree with Mershon. Probably stay away. It's gonna be a problem eventually.
Yeah, and you get like and it's weird because you can talk to people and you can feel like you're friends. But I remember like online dating, and it nothing really matters until you meet them. And the other part of it is that some of these people are great on the phone or online, but in person they're like they're crazy. They're horrible.
Yeah, it's like any other relationship until you actually spend like actual time with that person or live with that person for a little bit or spend a week or go. You know, what's that old thing? You're not really in a relationship until you take your first trip with your you know girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and you're with them, almost 24/7, and you're cohabitating, and then you find out is the pussy worth all this other nonsense type thing. You know what I'm saying? Do I really like this person, or was it the idea of this person?
Yeah, my experience was a lot of times you could just tell though on the first, like when with girls that I met through like Match.com or whatever, you could tell the first time you met them.
Yeah, I
You
think that's
know,
different though too. I mean, that's the meeting people organically. I think is obviously better. It doesn't seem like too many people do it anymore. But yeah, the first time you meet somebody in the conversation, you don't have like that kind of protection of a text, or if you're chatting or whatever, where you feel a little more free to talk or what. Yeah, the first time it could be awkward or whatever, especially if you meet somebody online. 100%.
yeah, especially when they when the pictures that they're putting on the internet are not the pictures of the person that you're actually meeting. If it's the person, but not quite
Yeah, maybe 5 years ago.
the person. Dude, I one time I was this chick like described herself as a athletic or fit or something like that. And I go to a Starbucks at the old AT&T building, World Cinema, and I'm gonna meet her there. And I walk in and I'm looking, and I don't see anybody that looks anything like this chick. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna get a coffee while I wait. And I'm in line and I'm getting the coffee, and this chick walks up to me. Oh, Schmuel? And I'm like, yeah. And she had to be 300 pounds,
Yeah,
you know?
I never had that experience. Everybody kind of looked like their pictures when I tried that shit. But I think it was different then too, right? There wasn't really. I'm assuming when you were doing it, just like there wasn't. The iPhone wasn't that big. There wasn't really FaceTime or video chatting as much. It wasn't as
Yeah, there was no
ubiquitous
video chatting.
as it is now, right?
It was still pictures that they put on the
Mm-hmm.
site, and then you went and met them.
Jesus,
And
Bill.
yeah, and it was it was an insane it was an insane thing. And then every now and then you'd be like really surprised, you know? Or sometimes so surprised that you'd walk in and go, this chick is never going to date me. Why am I here?
Right, right. You definitely outkicked my coverage just getting her to the first date type thing. Sure.
Yeah, but I learned very quickly that it was always like coffee would be the first date. Like someplace that would be short and sweet.
Yeah, when
Um,
I was doing it was younger. I was much younger, so and I was drinking, so it'd be a bar. Let's go grab a drink or something like
mhm,
that. So you could bail after one or two drinks if either one wasn't feeling it. And I was usually
yeah.
pretty upfront about it. I'd say let's just do something like that in case we wanted to escape, so we're not trapped the entire night.
I was drinking too. Bars were okay, but I feel like some of these chicks I was hearing stories about. Oh well, I went to the movies with this guy, and I'm thinking like that's insane for a first date,
Yeah, you can't talk during the movies. No wonder it went so well because you guys
right?
said
And the
three
guy
words to each
or
other.
the guy was like really creepy in the movie, you know? Like this chick was telling me, she's like, I'm sitting next to the guy and he's just making all these noises, grunting, like you'd never be able to last with him. And then I had to go out to dinner with him. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. But I had some bad ones. The one that sucked for me the most though was I went out with this chick, 2 dates. So we went out the first time, we got some drinks, went out the second time, went to another bar in Manhattan. We were hanging out. I thought things were going pretty well. And it was like supposed to end, and I was like, "Look, I gotta get some dinner. I'm gonna, stay. And would you like to join me?" "Oh yeah, yeah." And I dropped, and this is 15 years ago, probably $100 just on the dinner. And as we're leaving, we were walking to the train, and I said, "All right, well, I guess I'll see you." And she's like, I don't think things are like really gonna work with us." And I was like, "You couldn't say that to me before we bought dinner?" You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, and there's a lot of that. I think I read some articles recently. A lot of the younger Zoomers or whatever, that women are just using the guys for a free meal or whatever, and then they bail. Yeah, no, there's all dating sucks, man. No matter what age, it just sucks. I said this on Dan's podcast the other excuse me the other night. Man, if you are a young man, you're in a marriage, it's not working out, try and figure it out. Try and make it work, unless it's like a real deal breaker, like cheating. The grass ain't greener. Fix it. You don't want to be my age, 50 and out there, because it is no good out there at all.
No, I can't argue with you about that at all. And it is, what's the word that I'm looking for? It is tough, but the deal is like, it's definitely, the grass is definitely not greener, because all the shit that you have with this relationship, you're just gonna have more shit with the next one. So you got to what do they call it? Like the Ben Franklin balance sheet, where you almost got to make a list of the good and the bad and decide what you can live with and what you can't.
Right. Yeah, nobody's perfect, and everybody gets on each other's nerves, especially if you live with somebody. It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get Sam Bibley. We're gonna get to the Ava Neal thing in a minute. Um, yeah, no, it's wild. I know that like after I got married, I was like, "Oh my God, why am I here? Like, I don't want to be married. I want to be alone." But that's because I'd been alone for living. I lived alone, and then we had two places when I first got married. I still had my apartment in Queens. She had the condo in Jersey, and we were only together a few nights a week. And then it was like when we sold my apartment and I moved in here, and then we were going to doing the thing where we were going to buy a house. It was like everything was different, you know? And it's one thing when they come to your place, but when you go to theirs and they want things done like a certain way, and you're just like, I can't take it.
Yeah, I had a friend come visit me that I've known for over 20 years. Back in September, she wanted to come up for a weekend and hang out, or 3 days, or whatever the case may be. And it was so bad, and we both agreed that she ended up leaving early. And it was only 3 days, because I've been living alone in a bachelor for so long, and it was like, this is just this is just not working, and we weren't having a good time, and we weren't really getting along. And it's like, yeah, no, it is tough. It is tough, especially when you're used to having your own house and doing your things when you want to do them, how you want to do them. Or they put something wrong away in the fridge, or yeah, it is tough. It is really tough.
God, I remember my ex-wife. I used to. This is like such a stupid story. I'm not really an ice person. Like I'm not. I don't put ice in my soda or whatever. And my ex-wife would put ice in it, no matter what, whether it was a cold can or a warm can or whatever. Um, but we'd have like Diet Coke in the fridge, and she would take the last one out of the fridge, not put another one back in, or load the fridge with them, and then put ice in it, and then I'd be stuck with like warm soda. And no matter how many times I had this conversation, it never changed. And it's such a small thing, but it's like I can get crazy about really small things.
Same, same. Very particular about the way things are in my house. Yeah, that makes no sense to anybody, and nor should it.
So, all right, so let's get into it. What's the deal with Mersh? What is your what was that? Well, I mean, I know you're upset about the link, which we'll talk about in a minute, but what got you all upset about the Mersh thing?
All right, we talked about this on Husey, so we're kind of repeating ourselves, but maybe
I
not
know,
every,
but
not every. Okay, no,
we
no,
have a different audience.
I was just setting it up for clarifications. I think Mersh does a good show. I've watched his show. He's a funny guy. He obviously has the voice to carry a show on that alone type thing. My problem with Mersh was twofold. One was how he shit on the Dabbleverse nonstop for what it seemed like over a year, easily over a year. And now he's on every single show, taking every single link, no matter what. And then my other thing with Mersh was what he said about Patrick and LO. Um, just maybe not even a year ago. It was maybe it might have been this year. And now he's doing shows with Patrick. He's doing this little piggy. It just what he said is the worst thing you can say about another man, in my opinion. And he said it multiple times, and it wasn't a bit. He was serious. Like I said, he took off his glasses and stared into the camera and was trying to be all dramatic about it. And then they're buddies. Like I said earlier today, I'm a big believer in hate. And if you hate somebody, you hate that person with every fiber of your being. And you don't say shit like that, and then you're friends. And again, it's none of my business what their relationship is. I get that. It's just being so disingenuous. That is not a bit. That does irk me. Like, stop being so fucking fake all the time. I get that all these guys lie and all these guys put on a show or they're a caricature of themselves type thing. But that's my only problem. It has nothing to do with the show or the way he broadcasts or his content. Like I said, I think he's funny.
Yeah, see, it's weird, and I said that to you today. That $1.99. It's me curious. Why do you set your mic up that way? No idea. What do you call it? What was I gonna say?
You're talking about Mersh. We were talking
Mersh and them, and it's like I said to you earlier today. Like he and Pat, like if Patrick's not fighting with him, and if Patrick's not angry at him, then I'm not going to fight Patrick's battles for him. And Mersh brings eyeballs, and and that's what we want. And he's kind of funny, and I think most of his stuff, I don't want to say I wouldn't use the word bullshit, but I think we could probably all admit they're embellished stories, or they're stories of other people that he's adopted and used as his own, um, stuff like that. But he has led a sort of interesting life. I mean, the guy has gone through Stuttering John level stuff, and yet he's still here.
Again, I think he's entertaining, and I think he's a degenerate, and so am I. So I agree with a lot of stuff. He worked at a strip club. I worked at a strip club. We both lived in Tampa. There's a lot of similarities. Like I do like what he does. I'm just saying him in the Dabbleverse. That's all I'm saying. It's not him personal. I'm not judging how he lives his life, or I don't give a shit about his cats, or everybody goes after him about the car repo or shit. I mean, everybody falls on hard times and shit like that. And he's fun to watch because he has this weird cycle where he's up and he's down, and he's up and he's down. He's never in one place, and obviously he is kind of like a survivor. So I appreciate that. Like he takes a lot of shit too. I'm just saying dabble, shitverse, hackverse, whatever it is, specific. That's it.
Yeah, he's totally self-destructive, and
Right.
I've said that,
So am I.
and I've said that to him. But he's also one of the last guys standing in that whole thing. So there's
Yeah, he's been doing
something
it
to
a long
that.
time. He's been in this world a long time.
Yeah, there's a great story that Dr. Chow brought up. Mersh did a charity to get guns for retards, and
Funny.
I wish I could remember it exactly, but it was basically they did a charity thing, and they sent out letters and whatnot, and it wasn't about the money, but it was all about helping people with like Down syndrome and low IQ, blah blah blah, and helping them. And the bottom line is they were going to get them guns, and it was like people were getting, like, they had no idea what they thought they were like going to give to a charity. They thought they were going to do
No,
something,
it's a
and
good
then when
bit.
they realized what it was, they got all pissed off.
Yeah, no, it's a funny bit. Yeah, no, it's like I said, I don't think he's not entertaining. Right? He gets, what does he get on YouTube? Does he get close to 300, over 300 a night? I mean, he's doing well for recently getting his channel back again.
Yeah, he does. He does pretty well. He is the one guy that I will say though who has both, but would prefer to be on Rumble.
Right, more freedom, but he shits on Rumble too. So,
And that's his. Oh yeah. So he's got 271 watching on YouTube right now.
I didn't even know he was live.
Yeah, because well, I let him know that you were coming on and asked him if he wanted to come on because it's
Okay,
he finds it.
you were
Well, I
trying to
wasn't.
get me. You were trying to
No,
$2
I would.
ban me. You were trying to $2 or quad me. All right, I like
Yeah,
it.
I wouldn't do that. I would have.
I wouldn't care.
I wanted to first find out if he was interested before I would even bother uh, doing it. But I think it's like that thing with Ethan is going on like 6 days or 7 days now, and he's just uh, dealing with that. So
Yeah, because he's finally talking about it, right? He kind of ignored it for a while, and I thought heard that he was going to talk about it, or he was going to give his, his reply or his receipts or whatever the case may be.
I thought Ralph had a bust out today, so I don't really know. I've tried to watch the guy, and I mean I guess he's interesting, Ethan. Um, but that's it. Dan for another $1.99. Hey Schmuel, why not stock the fridge yourself? Why would I have a wife?
That's a good point, Dan.
Yeah, and if I was the person taking the last soda out of the fridge, I would stock it myself. But yeah, good for Dan. So I don't know what is the. Well, I guess I'll ask that question later. But yeah, because I don't. I get it, but Brennan does exactly the same thing, but you don't seem to have a problem with him when it comes to like the pedo stuff or any of that shit. It's like Brennan basically does the same stuff, but for some reason Brennan's okay and this guy isn't. That was why I was surprised, to be honest with you.
I mean, Brendan with the Shuli Network or whatever. That's gone. I mean, I guess maybe it's a good question, and yes, I'm probably being a bit of a hypocrite because I'm a KB stan. But I don't think Kevin's that serious about it with the ISO stuff or with Shuli. I really don't. But yeah, I give Kevin shit all the time. He actually texted him today, and he responded about him doing this shit where he hates this person. They never coming on again, and then you'll see I super chat him all the time. I call him out on that shit all the time when he does this stuff. He's done it with Carmax, he's done it with MKE, he's done it with Ray, he's done it with Chad, he's done it with everybody. I mean, I'm probably missing 5 other people that you'll never be on MLC again. I'm out of X's business or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then they're on 2 weeks later. It's just KB goes where the money goes, right? I mean that's and I guess that's what Mersh is doing too. But right, I'm a big fan of KB, so I'm being a hypocrite.
No, I get it.
It's a fair point. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you or make up some bullshit excuse.
No, that was the thing. It's like in my mind, it was like, oh well, this is the same shit that KB does, but we're okay with it. So I think it's who the person is, but I also maybe think that because you have a relationship with Patrick, maybe you don't understand why he is letting it go, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I have a relationship. I know him a little bit, and Patrick and I have definitely had our personal clashes. Like, I don't watch NLO anymore, and not a part of the chat or member or anything. Like, I have nothing to do with, even though I'm wearing an NLO. I say that as I'm wearing an NLO hoodie right now. But I'm not. I'll never shit on Patrick. Really, I'll never say he does a bad show. I'll never say that he's not entertaining either. Like, we just had a kind of a personal falling out, and I got sick of his shit. And again, that's fine. We're grown men. You like who you like, man. Hang out who you want. And that, even as I said earlier today, it's your show, man. You have on whoever you want, run it the way you want. That's none of my business, none of my concern. But at the same time, I can have an opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm watching it, just like every other one of the chatters, I mean, that's what we do. We comment on shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I don't have a problem with you having an opinion on it. I don't think I've ever said, don't shit on it. I think I did say, it'd be nice every now and then if you said you like something. But I know that was a bridge too far. But it was just like you disappeared, you stopped answering, and talking to me. And then I was like,
I replied. I did reply. I think I sent you a text when you were streaming. Who was you had that idiot JMO on too. Didn't you wasn't JMO on with Mersh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you were chatting, but what you did is you said you're out of the business. Never send you the link again.
no, here I am. Yeah, I'm full of shit too. Fine, that's fair. That's fair. I'm full of shit too.
Yeah. And then the other part was where I was supposed to send you the link and didn't. I'm just a fucking idiot. It's not. I don't do I don't really do anything intentional, and I'm not like a power move kind of guy.
Uh,
So what have it?
I think there might be a little bit to it, Schmuel. To be honest, I do, but that's fine. Like I said, I'm here, and people can disagree, people can fight. The difference, I think, between men and women is it's going to be like, whatever, he's just on his period a day, or he's just being panhandler, or whatever it is, and you just chip each other, and then you let it go. It's not like I was shitting on you, or treating you like Rob Saul, or saying nasty shit about the miss. You know what? It never gets that way with me. I'm like, fuck off, and that's pretty much it for the most part with
Yeah,
that.
and that was like, to be honest, it was the simplest thing in the world. Is that I went to send you the DM, and I've got to type in. I was on my phone, and I've got to type in the in the for the direct message, and OG Mumbling's Nick's name for some reason came up first, and I sent him the link, thinking that, and then I thought I'd sent it to you. I must have gotten like interrupted or something because I was really surprised that I hadn't sent it. So,
In
but
full disclosure, it's a petty thing to be pissed about, but it wasn't. I think you know me well enough to know that I'm not performative, and it's not like I was irked by it, and it's admittedly a silly thing to be irked about, but it pissed me off. I'm like, fuck this guy. That's it. I mean, I get like that every day being this angry is exhausting. Let me tell you.
no, I gotta. It must be. It
I
just.
think we had Ava one night, and I was pissed at her, and she asked me why, and I totally forgot like why I was mad at her. I was a little, I can't even keep. I need an Excel spreadsheet who I'm beefing with and why to keep track of.
Life is so much easier when
I know, but I'm committed to it now.
when you're happy. No, look, I just I hate when people do this, but I'll do it because I will anyway. But I just passed 9 years like of not drinking,
Big
and
deal. Congrats.
yeah, I don't really know, but it's just strange because it's like the I was such a miserable prick before, and I didn't even realize it. Um, like how petty and stuff I am. So now I do things. I'm still a scumbag, but I do them more consciously.
And you don't drink at all, right? You're not like California sober, or whatever. You don't have
No, I don't try. I don't do anything.
thing, right? Yeah. So we've talked about it before. I was in bad drunk for a long, long time, and I don't know. I'm at like 950 days or whatever the case. I don't even know. I'm getting close to 1,000. I know that, and I'm totally different. My life completely fell apart when I stopped drinking. I'm not anymore. I'm not happier. I think being sober sucks completely because everything you do, and you don't realize it when you're drinking. Kind of in this country anyway, revolves around drinking. You watch TV, people going out to happy hour, going out to dinner. Like it just booze is fucking everywhere. And I still go to bars. Like I just quit. I had some other issues or whatever. I didn't go to meetings or go to programs or anything like that. I just had to quit and cold turkey. But it's not like I get the shakes or the DTs. Like I go around people drink around me all the time. It doesn't bother me. Of course I want one, but I think not drinking is it's miserable. It sucks. But
Yeah, you said to me, right? If I can say this, you said if your dad passed, you'd be like out drinking. Like the first thing
leaving
you
Las
do would be
Vegas.
on your way to a bar.
No, leaving Las Vegas is my bug out plan. 100%. That scene where he's in the where he's in the liquor store and he's dancing with the cart and just pouring bottles in the cart. Yeah, that's the end. That's the end game. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I also look, I wanted to live, and that was
Yeah.
another part. Like I just wasn't enjoying. It was like I just wasn't enjoying life.
Yeah,
So
no, it's literally poison. Like it fucked me up bad to the point where there's no recovery type of thing. Like there's a real issue. Yeah, if you're a heavy drinker, it's going to do some serious damage. So,
I've
but
seen some. I used to laugh when I would watch TSN, and people would be like, "Oh, I've watched John, and that convinced me to get sober." And I've never believed it, but I was watching him tonight, and he is fucking hammered, and he's in a hotel room, and it's like, um, that might make me might make me want to get sober, but I don't know about that. But I'm just
yeah,
it's
I had a specialist show me a video of of a patient dying from failed liver, right? And it is not go quietly into the night. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a terrible, terrible way to go. Like it's not like there's a good way, but it doesn't look like having a grabber with a 27-year-old stripper bouncing on your cock type thing. It just looks rough.
Yeah, and the jaundice is
Yep. It's ridiculous when
it's
it towards the end.
brutal. It's
Hmm.
brutal because people will like. I've seen people with it. And that was when I was in the service, which is a long time ago. But jaundice hasn't changed. We would have these guys that would drink. They'd probably retired and they were coming in, and it would be like they seemed like they were 100 years old to me, but they were probably in their 50s, and it was like the color of John. It was just like I'd never seen that color before,
Yeah,
and
no, I mean, we're probably born to shit on everybody, but there's this urban myth that your liver recovers. It doesn't. It gets to a certain point in cirrhosis where it doesn't recover. It's dead. There's portions that are dead, and the problems that it causes. How important. Obviously, it's a vital organ, but once it goes, it just cascades and cascades, and
yeah, it's not.
it's
It's
curtains. It's
it
the end.
it is, and that's the hey, look, and the problem is, it's like some people who smoke cigarettes live to 90, and some people who drink heavily and stuff never get cirrhosis, and other people who drink less get it. You never know, so you got to do it. All right, but let's go back to stream sniping for a minute. So
Sure.
this is my thing, right? And this is what I'm debating this in my head. I don't have an answer to this, so I'm debating this in my head. um I don't know, and I never knew how I felt about it. When Kevin stream snipes Ray all the time, right? And I'm picking on Kevin, could be anybody. So let's say that you do a show regularly, and or you've got a bigger show than me, and then every time I go on, well, you just snipe my show, and you're taking all the money. It feels like, well, the littler guy is doing the content for the big guy, as opposed to what Patrick does, which I guess he does snipe people, but it's more he does he'll take the show but then go through it later. He's not like directly up against those guys, except when he gets challenged.
Well, he did. I mean, he did it for almost for a year with Steel Show, where he was getting up at 2 in the morning his time and getting ready to do a show, melt in the mornings. And I think that was that was the best version of NLO in my opinion while I was on YouTube. And I know he hasn't been on YouTube that long, even though he's been podcasting for 20 years or whatever. I see your point, but at the same time, I would think if I was a content creator, if I was a guy like yourself, Schmuel, if people are watching, if KB is sniping you, that's a good thing because haters eventually will come over. They won't be able to control themselves, or if KB's so inconsistent with the times and when he does shows that they'll come over and they'll send you money now to shit on you, directly instead of via KB. So I think I see what you're saying, and I'm not arguing against it per se, but I don't think it's necessarily as bad as you do or as negative as you do.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about the recent thing with OJ, which is like every time John went live, OJ was sniping it, and he was pulling tons of viewers. And I'm like, I get it. I mean, I get it. I just didn't know whether, like, I don't know how I feel about it. That was my thing. It's like, um, are you transforming it, or I, I, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes when Patrick will snipe Chad live, but there'll be no commentary, right? He'll just be kind of rebroadcasting, and he'll have more people in the chat than Chad would have watching his show. That's kind of different, and I don't know how that's allowed. I don't know anything about the rules or YouTube terms of service or whatever, but that obviously is not transformative, right? He's just playing Chad's show on, Nobody Likes Onions channel. So, but there's
And
nothing transformative about it. It's just the Chad having fun
and
in
that's what they did. Yeah,
in NLOs,
they did that to Catalano, and the deal was is that Catalano had so few numbers in the first place that it really hurt him, like significantly, and but it had to do with Joey had blocked so many people in the chat. They set up this other show and they were sniping it, but it was all the chat that originally would be in Catalano's original stream, but these people had all moved over because it was like they couldn't chat in Joey's stream.
Right.
So
If you
it's like
block everybody and they can't chat or whatever, you time them out. Yeah. Like Karmix goes back and forth with that, right? And he blocks everybody one night and then he unblocks them the next type thing. So
he has not unblocked. He's not unblocked me. I did get unblocked I've never been unblocked on Twitter. He did unblock me once on YouTube, and I only found out because I was like, oh, I want to see if I'm still blocked, and I wasn't. And as soon as I put in a chat, I was then blocked. So I think he probably just like hit X and cleared the whole thing out, like
right.
unblocked everybody, and
Yeah.
then built it
Started
back
over.
up. But and that was another like he's a weird dude, man. And you know, like Husey was saying today, like he's worried. I don't say worried, but he thinks that the guy will could potentially Arbud Dwyer
Right.
himself.
Yeah. Reference that not many younger people will get, but yeah. It's a
Just Google
possibility.
Arbud Dwyer if you don't know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, but
Yeah.
you can figure it out. Um, and I'm like, I thought that for a long time, but I was told I'm an idiot. But
Yeah, like people have been saying, like it's getting colder. It's even colder. It was cold this morning in North Carolina, so it's going to be those long winters where he's pretty much Canada, right up. He's up there, not doxing him, but I know it's northern Minnesota, so it gets brutally cold, and there's not much to do except probably drink, shovel your driveway, and he'll be streaming. But how long is he going to last? Right? He doesn't necessarily have. And again, I don't really shit on him, but he only gets views when he's melting down. So yeah, I try and stay away from it because it's hard to watch him sometimes when he gets
yeah,
so emotional and you said you think he's acting. I don't even know at this point if he's acting or not. Because grown men do not cry that much, right?
yeah. Well, you have a soft spot for him,
I do.
so and which is fine. But I mean, you have a soft spot for him. Less so myself. Um, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's acting. I think a lot of it is performative, but it's like with a lot of these guys, it's performative. But when does it go from performative to real? Like, you don't know. Like
Yeah, I think Deb said it. If it is the other night, if it's performative, he deserves an Oscar because it is pretty believable that he's truly upset or mad or he's raging or whatever the case may be. It's just it's a weird watch. Like I just don't like to see grown men cry. It's just so strange to me.
Well,
So
it could look. It could also be that it's like he's aware. Oh, if I start yelling at people, then I'm gonna get money. People are gonna send me super chats or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then he starts doing it as a way to get super chats and stuff. But then the feeling becomes real. You know,
right, yeah, he's kind of like method acting almost, right?
because it's like I know it. I find it tough for me. Like I would get really pissed off at him with some of the stuff that he said. And if I were there in that moment, um, I'd just fucking go off on him. But then by the time I get home, by the time I'm streaming, I don't care anymore. Like it goes away and I can't pull it up. I can't fake it.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I think it's a lot of us. We turn it off and we don't really think about it or care about it, or it's over at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm driving during. There's rarely been a stream where I have to go do something and I'm like, okay, I'm going to plug my phone into my car and listen to it. Like I don't care that much. I'd rather listen to E Street Radio on Sirius or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. This is just usually when I'm home or if I have something to do and I actually have to go work. I'll put on in the background type thing.
Yeah, I guess what my thing is I think it takes somebody special or different to carry on, like to get a grudge, like somebody can say something that'll really piss you off, you know, and then 3 hours later you kind of don't even remember what it is. But there's some people that are like, they've got that thing and they can't let it go, and that's what it feels like with Carmen.
Right. No, I'm a lot like that. I mean, I'll hold on to grudges for 20 years, but it's not something that rules my life that I think about, or it's like every day or whatever. I'd just be like, fuck that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like if it comes up in my mind or something reminds me, or fuck that bitch, or whatever the case may be. But it's not the driving force in my head every single day. It's
Yeah.
not, you're not, I guess what we're saying is nobody's really that emotionally invested in this garbage. It should be entertainment, and just it's all nonsense.
Yeah, I will say that I think he got a lot of help in the beginning, right? Patrick and Moody helped him, Tukey helped him, and like he turns on people, for lack of a better way to put it, and like Tukey is like he doesn't care, um, and it's fine, but other people are like, I can't. They just they're not going to be. They're just done with it. So it's not like they're angry or anything, but it's like, why bother?
Yeah, I mean, I think Patrick even credited and Carmax with he was really good at setting up, this process, the process of getting super tips set up, and even when Chad had it for like 3 days, Patrick put it this, business is business, right? He put all that petty personal shit aside, and I think he, tried to give Chad a bunch of tech support, and even logged on to his computer or whatever, and tried to help set everything up for him. So yeah, I do think it was weird for Carmax to yell at Patrick to say, take all my voices away or whatever the case may be, which ultimately only hurt his show and hurt his income. And Patrick, he can't yell at Patrick for it because Patrick did exactly what Carmax asked him to do. So very strange. He's a strange
Yeah,
guy. He's definitely a
uh,
strange dude.
he's definitely a strange dude, and but hooking up with Felicia doesn't seem like the most intelligent of decisions that he's made. But
Yeah, she does not seem into him at all. New spoiler alert to everybody that's unaware. Yeah, it's a weird relationship. Like the thing with him dancing or whatever, it's almost like a humiliation ritual. Like it's just really strange.
well, I almost felt bad for him the other night when somebody asked him a question of like, how did he feel about Felicia watching Dixon every night? You know, and he's like, well, she had to do that, and I'm like, oh, you poor bastard, because it's like you're always going to be second fiddle to this guy.
Yeah. I won't be with a girl that's still friends with her ex or talks to her exes about. I don't. No, there's no point. There's no way I'd put up with a woman watching. If she had an ex that was a podcaster, like watching his show every night or watching his show at all. Like, what is going on here? I'm
Well,
out. Have fun.
uh, the final boss, Ronnie McNutt, Google it. Final boss, are you still in the chat? If you are, put a chat in. I have a question for you that
Yeah,
came
he
up
really
earlier.
dropped the ball. Wasn't he supposed to be on with you last week,
Supposed to
last
be on
Thursday?
Thursday, and he
Yeah.
never showed. And then he fucking, he if you fuck up, you fuck up, right? Like that was the whole thing. I didn't. It wasn't that big of a deal. Um, but what happened was he apologized, and I'll put air quotes in that. He apologized, but then went on and was like, because he was on an epic stream and for 36 hours, and then he fell asleep for 10 hours, and it was like excuse, excuse, excuse. And then at some point he was like, I guess he was playing like a video game or something like that. And I'm like, man, look, you're fucking it's like you've got people, because this was the thing, was people were telling me to have him on. I
I told you to have him on. Yeah, I was one of
never
them.
really intended to have him on.
Hmm.
You told me, Sarah told me, and he told these people he was going on.
Right.
Sarah told me he's coming on. W told me he was coming on. Um, I think Sam Bibley asked me about it. Like people were asking me about it, and people were interesting. And the deal is, he fucked himself by not coming on, because he didn't, me disappointing me is not like a big deal, but it was all these other people that you disappointed,
Yeah, if
you
people
know?
wanted to see it and he knew he was going to catch some or whatever with his beef with Chow or whoever, but you come on. If people are asking to see you, that doesn't happen very much. And even if it is to clown you, you still get on. And I think he's trying to start his channel. I know he's been gaming I don't know where he lives, but gaming very early in the morning where I live on the East Coast. So if you want exposure, come on, go on every show you can or type thing and take whatever beating you're going to get. At least you did it. And I would have watched for sure. And I think a lot of I don't think it was a bit as far as people watching. The reason to watch, who knows? But I think people would have tuned in to see him on.
Right. And I wasn't gonna troll him, and I
No, I
had
don't think you
actually,
were. I'm
and
just saying the other people telling him to go on.
right, yeah. But don't look at the chat, final boss. And you'll be fine. But I what do you call it? Because I had sent him a message the day. I tried to call him the day before. He didn't pick up. He sent me back a thing saying he couldn't call me. He would call me the next day. Uh, and then he sent me another one that said, and I don't remember the exact timeline, but I basically said to him, I go, look, I'm not going to troll you. Let's talk first so that you're comfortable, and then you'll come on, because I know he was concerned about that. And so it was like I was trying to ease his concern.
Yeah,
And
I would say. I mean, I'm obviously biased because I've been on the show a bunch, and you and I have met, and I would consider you, we have a friendship or some sort of friendship level. I don't think you do that. You're not going to pull a quad on him. You're not going to pull a real gotcha or whatever. Like you just have him on.
yeah, I'm
That's
probably
it.
not capable of doing it anyway.
Yeah, you'd
So
fuck it up anyway.
exactly, exactly. But I don't. To me, like this, I see the sandbagging that other people do, and I get it. But I almost think it's more fun to say, no, this person's coming on, and like, I don't know who I would sandbag the final boss with, but even like the Mersh thing tonight, I I want you two to know that you're going to be like, I want those two people to know they're going to be on together.
Right. No, and I believe you're being sincere, but you know me well that I wouldn't have cared. I would have got a kick. I would have got a kick out of it if Dan did it. I know that I'm a dick. So if somebody tries to get me back or says shit to me, okay, that we've talked about this before. That's part of the game. You put yourself out there. You're in. I am me. It's not like an act. I'm not performative. I am a miserable prick. I am a dick. If you try, I wouldn't be like, oh, I wouldn't jump off. I would fucking, you're a man. You say you're going to commit to do something, you fucking do it, no matter what happens. I mean, obviously there's some, reasons not to, if it was, something really nasty, divorce, or there's some legal implications or something like that. But I mean, if it's just this bullshit, man, defend yourself against Chow, excuse me, or whoever, in this example with Boss, like, be a man, fucking A, man. And I know he's a younger guy too, so I'm not completely shitting on him because we're all idiots when we're younger. I mean, I'm 50 and I'm an idiot, so I can only imagine Panhandler at 25 must have been insufferable. But yeah, I think he fucked up, man. He dropped the ball. He should have come on.
Well, he also had because the other thing is like, what a lot of people remember is him getting blown away by Ava on Clowntown, and other stuff, and it was like, well, here's a chance for you to be yourself, right? To show who you are and what you are. So I was like, I don't know. I felt like he blew it.
Yeah, I mean, but we all fuck up. I mean, you're fuck up every night. When you had the issue with the stream a few months ago, and I totally stepped on my dick and froze up, vapor locked up, and Sam Bibley clipped it, and it was a funny clip. I
Right.
should have get clowned for that. I mean, who gives a shit, man? I mean, I don't think people are thinking about what happened with him and Ava. Was it on Clowntown or I don't forgot what show it was? That was months ago. It's not. Who cares, man? Get over it. Like, we all do stupid. If you do this shit, you're gonna do something dumb. I mean, that's just life in general. Whether you're on YouTube or not, you're gonna make mistakes, and that's it.
Dr. Chow says he's fighting himself. That was the impression that I got. Like, he's more worried about being trolled than he gets trolled. But you can't let trolls run your life. And for Metal, he's welcome to come on. I wouldn't ban him. He's not going to be banned for life. So, you know, I do hold people to things though. Like, if you say you're never going to stream with me again or never going to be on a panel with me again, then okay, then do it.
I've got a soft spot for you too, Schmuel. I just like fucking losers. I guess you and Carmax. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I also I admitted on Dan's show, and I think today I was being petty about it. It really wasn't that something to be that upset about. but it did piss me off. So that was
Yeah,
that.
see, and this is the thing. Like, I would have expected you to call me up and tell me to go fuck myself, right? Like, that's what that that. So it was not the reaction, but the way it was delivered that surprised me. If that
All right.
makes any sense.
All right, I'll call you up next time and tell you. I
Yeah,
keep
no, it's like because
I keep odd hours, and I know you do work, and you do have a life outside of this, and you have other responsibilities, real
yeah, but
responsibilities.
to
So
say the worst that you could do is is text me and but
okay.
it was funny though with you because like you were in the Mersh chat last week,
Yeah, I
and
was
so
pissed. I was
s-
legit like I was. That wasn't. I was pissed.
well, it
Yeah,
was so funny because it was like there all these pot awful people were in there, right?
yeah.
And they're
I
all
was.
doing all their shit, and the only thing that Mersh noticed was you, and like he's like, what did I do? Why is he so mad at me? And it was like it's very funny because he's like, even today I saw the tweet.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
He's like, does this guy like anything?
Yeah, that was a funny tweet. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, I, I do think Mersh is. I like his show. I think he's entertaining. It's just those 2 points that I've beat to death now. So, but yeah, everybody's a fucking hypocrite in this world. Me now too. So, because here I am with you, and now we're lovers again.
Yeah.
We're two old women. What were the two old guys in the Muppets? That
Well,
somebody needs to Photoshop me and you in the balcony.
I do laugh at people that are like, but there's so many people that they want the fight, right? They want the drama. They and I like not providing it, so I think it's fun. Um, but I also I just I am not a fan of like the hit and run, where they'll just like you'll see some people will say shit about you, and then you're like, oh, come on. No, no. But the reason why I was wondering if Final Boss is here, but he's not, I guess, is Tukey said today that he told Karmic to put his music up on Spotify, and Karmic said he can't because the Final Boss is controlling all of it.
Yeah, but I thought Cigarette Jones might be able to chime in because I thought he tweeted something about it or posted something about it. I think he took it all off of Spotify now. I think he gave it back to Carmack, so Carmack's
Oh,
can,
did he? Oh, okay. How the fuck did he wind up with his music?
because Boss he's I think that's what he started when he was like really young. I think he has his own AI music too. So I think he has his own Chow, why don't you just get the fuck on here? You're the one who does life forms. Chow, not to invite somebody onto your show, but Chow knows more about this shit than I do.
He's been offered the link so many times, I don't even bother anymore.
I'm gonna hop off camera 1 second. I'll still be on
Yeah,
listening.
knock yourself out. It's all
All
good.
right.
Yeah. Wait. So, Cigarette Jones, I'm saying that the Final Boss controlled all of it, and Karmic is. I'm sorry. Chow is saying that he deleted it. So wait. So who deleted? Who deleted it? Did Final Boss delete all of Karmic's stuff? And if yes, how was he able to do that? It's because Karmic was too lazy or too dumb to post it to a streaming service. So then he probably gave the music to Final Boss, and then Final Boss put it up for him, and then Final Boss could take it down.
No, I think Carmax had it posted somewhere, whether on YouTube or at another channel, and I thought Boss kind of snaked it or put it on for him, like because
Uh,
Boss has knowledge how to do that, or he could do it faster. And I do.
s-
Whoever said he's lazy, I do think Carmax is very lazy too. So
Here's
I
the
don't think.
deal. I didn't know this. Final Boss has always been Karmic's music manager. Oh,
Yeah, we
so I
can
guess
believe
that
anything Chow says too. At the same
predates. Well,
time.
Cigarette Jones says he's correct. That's
Okay.
why
All right.
That's
All
the
right.
only reason why I gave it
My
up.
apologies, Chow. My apologies. That's gonna be clipped. Fuck.
uh, Carmick never set up his music for streaming, and Blob latched onto him and volunteered to do it. But how did he not have the originals? And like, why can't you put why? I like that's what I don't understand. Is wouldn't he
I
didn't
think
send
because
him
the
the?
music is already on there. I don't think it has anything to do with the originals. I think because it's already on there under another channel or under another account or something like that.
Oh, That's weird. It just seems like if it was deleted, you could move it or do something. But then again, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah, I don't know anything.
I don't know anything either. Um,
But I think Chow and Mir are doing, or Mur, or whatever the fucking that little dork's name is, are doing another other life forms on Blob next week. Shameless promo for Chow for getting it wrong.
yeah, whatever. I mean, you're saying he's a kid, and I get that, right? But I didn't think he was that young, right? Like,
Like
isn't he
24, 25.
okay? All
I mean,
right, I thought.
that's a kid to me, man.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I mean,
And I'm
it's a
not even saying that disrespectfully. I mean, that's just a young man who hasn't experienced a lot in life.
yeah, no. I mean, it's a kid, but I'm like, at a wedding a week ago with a 26-year-old couple that just bought a house and all that other stuff, and there's just a lot of it seems like there's a lot. I guess it's a thing in America, right? There's a lot of young people that just it keeps getting delayed and delayed, and it blows me away that like Karmic is 41. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a big difference between chronological age and life experience as well. I mean, there can be a very old 25-year-old, somebody who served in Afghanistan or was overseas and seen a lot of shit versus, some Zoomer who was through the COVID regime and had, spent their entire life in front of a screen type thing. It's a
Yeah, you're right.
combination.
Right. And it's interesting because I forget how impactful it would be to be young and get adjusted to that stuff. Like when I used to drive by the school near me and it was 40 degrees and the kids were sitting outside eating lunch because that was the only place they were allowed to do it. And it was like long after this pandemic had been over, or at least we knew it wasn't dangerous to kids and all that stuff. And it was like, this is insane. But those kids are going to grow up thinking, hey, this is okay.
Right. Yeah.
This is
No, COVID fucked the whole world up. I mean, it's a mess. I mean, as much as I shit on the younger generation, they really, not to turn this political, but fuck that up, not letting the younger people go to school and missing proms and missing big events and everything else, especially because it wasn't that dangerous to younger, healthier people without
yeah,
comorbidities. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not all as much as I shit on the younger generation. It's definitely not all their fault. They're up against it, man.
and I also what bothered me was like everybody knew it, like people knew it, and they still like medical professionals knew it. I go
Yeah.
to the doctor all the time, and like talking to him and her and whatnot, and they were like, yeah, this is kind of it's like a thing, but they were afraid to say anything negative because it would negatively affect.
Yeah, in California, they threatened to take away licenses if they said anything negative about the vaccine or any quote unquote anti-vax propaganda. Like I said, I don't. We'll really get it'll get me crazy if we start really going deep into this. But I was just bringing it up because I do think it really fucked up the social aspect and what life is going to be like for these people when they get older. For these younger people.
Yeah, look, I don't think it was organized as a test, but they certainly learned a lot from it. And they learned how quickly they could get people to do what they wanted.
A lot of sheep out there. A lot of sheep out there, man.
Well, yeah, and it's not, but it's not even sheep. It's like, um, it's you want to like it's the unknown. Everybody's afraid of the unknown, and they don't want to do anything to hurt their neighbor. And like we do know people who died from COVID, right? But they did have comorbidities, or were just unlucky, and But I had a guy that I knew that was like healthy, I thought, and died from it. It was a relatively young guy, like in his 30s. And I was like surprised. And then I found out later on that um, he was a pretty heavy drug user until that point. So I don't know if one had anything to do with the other, but it made sense to me because it was like, well, why did, this guy, like, I really thought it was serious. But there you go. I got COVID early on before the vaccine was available.
So did I.
And I wound up getting the antibody treatment. And so I don't remember exact days, but like I got it on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I had the monoclonal antibodies. And I went home and I went to sleep and I woke up like not the next morning, but like late the next afternoon, and I woke up and I went, man, I feel great. Like I felt really good. And then I got it again when I was in Aruba and came back, and it kicked my ass. I was out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, the first time I got it was in March of 19 when it first, not March of 20, I'm sorry. And I was pretty sick. It was the sickest I've ever been. And then I got it about 4 more times after that. I never got the jab or anything like that. And it was a couple of days feeling like shit, but I never lost taste or never lost smell or any of that other bullshit. And I have a lot of other issues. And so it should have been more concerning. But like, I mean, like, when your time's up, your time's up. Like there's other, I do believe COVID killed older people. I definitely don't think it was nearly as dangerous as the government made it seem. But
Yeah, I think they thought it was going to be more dangerous than it was, but and then they just and then it became political. That's the
very,
and when public health becomes political like that, um, bad things are going to happen. And no offense, but some of the anti-vaxxers were just were assholes at the both sides. But like the anti-vaxxers that I know were really bad.
just like anything, there's assholes. Just like whether it be race or religion. I mean, there's assholes everywhere. There's no, again, exclusivity for that too. You know what I mean? There's just, and I am anti-vax, but not to that. I know what you're talking about. I mean, there's plenty of blame to go around on all sides, just like everything else in this country.
Yeah, I just like this chick that I know was and she's like the mother. She's got kids and the whole bit, and she wouldn't wear a mask going in the store. You know, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not sick, and would like start yelling at store clerks. And I'm like, these people are making $12 an hour, and you're making their fucking lives miserable. You
Yeah,
know?
no, I went along with it. I wore the mask just because to be respectful of other people, and it really wasn't that much of like an infringe. Like I'm a big libertarian or liberty guy, I should say, and it wasn't that big of an infringement for me to put on a mask when I was going grocery shopping. If it made other people feel better about it, it wasn't because I was scared of the virus. It just wasn't worth the hassle. It was a small ask and easy enough to do to put on a mask for 15 minutes while I get bread.
It's funny because like in New York though, like people will I still see people with a mask, right? And you can just tell who they are by their like skinny little guys or women, and they've got like the buttons, the fuck Trump button on or whatever, and they've got the masks, and they don't scare you. But then when you get on the subway and you see bigger burly guys like wearing the masks, you're like, my automatic thought is like, "Ooh, they're up to no good," you know. And that was the thing was like, people would come into your business wearing the mask, and you were literally like, "Is this guy worried about COVID, or is he worried about robbing
Robbery,
us?"
robbery, right?
And like it was just crazy. So that was one of the things, and they kind of that went away, and that was great. So yeah, so we don't really
Pull
have.
up, pull up Big W's other chat. Is that true, Big W?
So it is
Is it?
it is and it isn't.
Okay.
Um, it is, and Carmick's dad did call in, but it
Really?
wasn't it wasn't the actual dad.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. I got. All right.
So you and you
I'm a little slow on the uptake. My
yeah,
bad.
and you kind of gotta watch it because it was
All right. All right.
it's actually very funny. And if I knew how to clip, I would have clipped it and played it. But he got a call, and it was pretty
Yeah. No,
goddamn
I got
funny.
it. I think I had a little interchange exchange with Karmic's dad this morning. As a matter of
Oh,
fact,
did you?
yeah. So I got it. I got it.
It,
I'm a big dumb animal. My bad. My bad.
it was very good. It was a lot. It was a lot of fun. So everybody go check out Dixon from the other night when Carmick's dad called in. Pat probably clipped it, but it was just yeah, it was good. It was well done, and Big W. I think it was his real dad. Um, I can't imagine being that kid's dad. You know, like
His
you
parents know he streams, though. He said that, right? His mom or somebody. I thought he said that they've watched or they're embarrassed, or I thought he's commented on it before.
don't you think this guy's embarrassed them since he was probably a kid?
I don't know. I mean, you've met people from that part of the country. They are just different, man. I mean, the Fargo movie wasn't too far off. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever spent any time up there.
Yeah, but this is your son, right? And like, and he's got sisters and stuff, and everybody from what we've heard, they're all doing well. And you got this one guy like can't get through high school, can't hold a job. Um, yeah, said his mom is ashamed. Um, yeah, and look, based upon what I've heard lately, you know how he talked about cashing in a 401k to go streaming. I'm understanding now that it wasn't really a significant amount of money.
Yeah, even if it was 100,000, that's. I mean, it's not nothing, but you have a couple of homes. You have a lot of expenses. I would imagine you live in one of the most expensive states on the East Coast.
With a small kitchen.
Right. I'm just saying 100,000 is easy to go through. Not up there, but like in North Carolina, living expenses and a house and everything else. I mean, 100,000 is not. You're not going to get very far without any other income. And I believe it's probably like that in a lot of places in the
My
country.
my my mortgage
Oh,
payment
not
is
over the
like
years. It's not like you
uh,
can live for 10 years off 100,000.
my
Obviously,
mortgage payment is like $3,500 a month. But
yeah.
but 100,000, right? At 41, it's going to be a lot of money when you're 65, you know? And plus you got the 20% penalty. I mean, it was like
There's
20%.
taxes, there's early withdrawal fees, there are penalties, excuse me, and you get taxed almost like 40% or 38%. It you because I looked into it too because I wanted to do something and it just wasn't worth it. Like even if you pay it back, there's still the taxes are ridiculous, especially at 41 or
Uh,
40.
uh, Big W, modular home 20 years ago must have gone for 15K. He said it was 80, but that it's all paid off. And so look, it's karmic. So I don't know what to believe, but yeah, but no, but I think what I'm saying is I don't think it was e- even that high. Like I think it was probably closer to 20. Um, just because he hadn't been at the job very long. There's a lot of when you start looking at it, it's like, oh, maybe it wasn't that much money. Um,
Yeah, but we don't know how much he made. But I remember he saying he was driving like 560 miles a week or something, commuting when he was going to the office. I mean, that's insane. I could see why he didn't want to do that anymore. I mean, I didn't, when I was working in the office, I think it was like 20 miles, and 20 miles in Charlotte might as well be 100 type thing where, so pick up, oh, mommy, why don't you jump on, mommy?
yeah, we're about to we're
Are we
gonna
going to,
wrap this
oh,
shit
we're going to
up.
wrap it up. All right.
I think so. Yeah, I think we're I agree with mommy. We're a little slow tonight. I don't have because I thought Nasty Neil was gonna come on. Um, and I with some other stuff. Did you see any of the Nasty Neil and Stuttering John stuff last night?
I was watching the Doom clip a little bit earlier. John was just too insufferable for me to even get through the clip where he was just saying Ava's name or saying Neil's name over and over and over, and he wouldn't let anybody speak, and he must have been shithouse then too. So, but from what little bit I did watch, Neil held his own for sure. I didn't understand why Ava was going after Neil so hard. Was she
Uh,
just ball washing John?
Apparently, no. I think because Ava was on with Keanu, right? And she was saying that Neil was misrepresenting what she said on Keanu's show.
But
And
I thought Neil was on with Keanu and Ava too. Like I thought Neil was on with her. Neil was definitely on with the both of them on Canoe Stream at one point last week.
oh, I don't know, but she was saying that this last night that that he was misrepresenting what she was saying, and she was mad at him. Because I sent her a text during that, and I said, I'm trying to find it, and I just said like, you're yelling at him, but I think he's agreeing with you. Um, wait, oh, she was I think she wanted to argue. He was also trying to say, I think what happened was she's been accused of clout chasing, right?
It's a
And
fair
I
accusation.
think Neil was trying to say that everybody gets accused of clout chasing, you know? But if you want to get on shows, if you want to do things, you can't, um, what do you call it? You're going to be accused of it and it's not a big deal, but you're not going to get on shows if it doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, Ava. I mean, like I said, I like Ava. I have no issue with her, but she does go on every show, right? Like she likes to do this shit. So I don't think she should be offended when people say that to her because she's fucking everywhere. It's insane. I mean, she is the rookie of the year by far because love her or hate her, she's fucking everywhere, and people whether to shit on her or listen to her, she's on a lot of shows. I mean, didn't she even called in a Tukey and she's on Tukey at least
Right.
via the phone for a while too? And this whole stuff with Shuley and John's kids or whatever is getting a lot of run.
That was such bullshit, the John's kid thing.
Yeah, I didn't follow it that much.
Because it's this kid is like 30 years old, and we got to be kidding. It's like, come on. And Ava said on our stream months ago, I think we were all on together. I haven't gone back and looked, but she did say she had driven by the house, and that the house had like security cameras up and all that stuff around it, and she felt bad for John's kid. But I had no idea that I knew nothing about a work with TSN.
I mean, what does that mean? Everybody has security cameras now. I've got about 15. I mean, I don't think that's abnormal in today's day and age to have security cameras around your house. Like
Yeah,
again, I don't know the whole thing. I don't know what angle Ava's playing with this whole John thing. Is completely strange to me. I don't know if she's long trolling him or she really does like him. All I do know is John will turn on her eventually, and that'll be that.
exactly. I mean, that's eventually what's going to happen, and because I don't think, and you can mark this moment. I don't think Ava is trolling John. I think she's a true believer.
I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying it. Just like every other relationship with John, it will end badly for Ava
I
at some
thought
point.
yeah, I think it will.
Yeah,
I think it will.
she'll do something that he'll perceive as a slight or a disrespect or something, and he'll lose his fucking mind.
I have a feeling that she is like a lot of other people, and some people say that I was with Ray. Like, you come in, you don't have a lot of information about the past, and you just assume it, and you're like, I can help this guy. And that's what I think is going on
Yeah, I
with
did the same thing with
John.
Ashley. I thought I could help, and some people can't be helped, and then it's a bad move. Don't stop helping people. Does mommy really want the link? I know you want to wrap it up, but she would be fun
Yeah,
to have on.
I want to
All right, all
I
right.
want to
You're
wrap it
scared of
up.
mommy. All
And
right.
no, I'm not scared. I know mommy. We've met.
I know. I know. We were all at the same place together. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was there.
So yeah, no, I what do you call it? But yeah, but Neil held his own. I apparently he went on Shuley after, but I didn't get to see that. And then lastly, I wanted to ask you, did you get to see the clip of Ray wanting an apology from TSN?
No, I did not. I saw a rare W for Ray though when he was telling people or telling Chad and John to stop threatening to fight people at clubs or whatever. I thought I actually agreed with Ray for once, but I did not see is it look what are Ray's balls finally dropping at 51? Good for Ray.
No, he was on. I look, I was on the clip, so I was on a show the other night, and he's like, he wanted he's like, oh, the Shuley Network that owes me an apology, and I was like blown away. I'm like, owes you an apology for what? And
Is it the
it
shirt thing?
the Franklin Sheckler stuff,
Oh, okay.
and that was it's like I I'm looking on Twitter, and it's probably on YouTube. Carlos Danger did it. Carlos Danger was like, I'm so frustrated. I'm gonna have to make a clip, and I haven't made one in forever, And Carlos put it up.
All right, I'll
But
check it out.
yeah, check it out. Everybody else, check it out. Um, Speaking of she's and he's and whatnot. Uh, Annie will be here on Tuesday,
Nice.
and you know Annie from
Yeah, WATP, and she does a
WATP,
segment with Echo.
right? And she's definitely a good egg.
She was in Vegas too. We didn't meet, but I think she was in Vegas, right?
I made her cry, so yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that was
Good
when I
job.
was that was when I was being cuz she was at the I was at the bubble craps machine and she kept reaching over
Oh yeah, when you were
and
being a dick.
pressing the
Okay,
buttons,
okay.
and then
Yeah, don't mess with
Tu-
Schmuel when he's gambling.
Tuki's mom comes up to me and she leans in and she goes, "What did you do?" I go, "What do you mean what did I do?" "You made Annie cry." I was like, how did I do that?" But and yeah, I was laughing because Tuki was also shitting on me again last night about my gambling
Yeah, you're a
because
mean old fuck when you're gambling. You
well,
really
no,
are. You
because
turn 50.
I only made 3,500
I thought
and
you made 5,300.
35,
Oh, okay.
and he would have, he would have like owned the plaza if he'd gotten
Right.
53 rolls in a row, and I'm always like, yep,
Yeah, I'm
yep,
sure you would have. Yeah. We got
yep.
a
The
lot
problem
of
with doing,
we got
yeah,
a lot of degenerate gamblers in the Dabbleverse because I've been to both AC and Vegas, and there's a lot of guys that love you. You guys love those craps tables, man.
but
EFS is a big craps guy.
the sports betting guys are the craziest,
I didn't
you
go too
know.
much into sports books when I was there at those events. So, yeah, I didn't even bet on the Super Bowl in AC when we were there.
Oh, really? I think what did
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you call it? I did, I don't even remember what I did because the first year I remember I watched it in a room because it was just better and easier. But last year was fucked up because they had a lot of stuff closed, right?
Right. Yeah, they had the Bitmade Central bar closed. Right. And the sports book was packed. You could barely get in or whatever. And the sports book at the Borgata is not very big.
Right. But then we also had, but Jason was saving us. We had those seats like that sort of the lounge bar,
Yeah. Yeah.
we,
Yeah. 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 The lobby bar.
lobby bar. That's where I was watching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
that
That's where
was
we
it.
were. Mommy was there. She was annoying the shit out of me.
I still had to laugh at Ray. I swear to God, he changed his outfit 4 times.
Yeah, Ray's an idiot.
I sent Ray the link tonight. He hasn't gotten back to me.
Shocking. He'll get back to you on Wednesday
Yeah, he kept.
with the wrong time.
He sent me the link. I don't know. He sent me the link like Monday night or something. Or no, he sent me a link like Sunday, and it's like in half an hour, 40 minutes, and I'm like, I can't. Like, I'm not set up, and I'm at the other place, and and then it was like, oh, I'll. I said, give me, and I said, I can do it tomorrow, but give me a couple hours notice, never expecting him to follow through. And sure enough, he did it. And he sent me the text and said, we're going to go at a certain time. And I had to get everything set up. And that's actually how I wound up doxing my kitchen.
Dan was very pleased with that, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was a little creepy, to be perfectly honest with you. But that was more not because my kitchen. I was just like, my first thought was, fuck, how long did I leave the camera on for?
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't know it until I didn't know it until I saw it on Twitter or something or X or whatever the fucking kids are calling it these days.
yeah, I don't know what the what do you call it? I don't. I honestly I don't get them, but I don't know what Dan's trying to accomplish with the stuff, but whatever. SB wants Ron Fuddle. He will scrap with KB and CWC to get her if SB's wifey gets struck by lightning. Yeah, I pass on Ron Fuddle. You know, because that's the thing is that at my age, I got to talk to them, and that would just make I couldn't do it. Felicia would make me crazy.
Felicia's not that young, is she though? She's in her
She's
40s.
41. She's the
Right.
same age as Carmick.
Okay.
But she'd also like, could you imagine? Honest to God, I mean, I almost feel bad for Carmick. He's got to be hearing Pat Dixon's name 1,000 times a day.
Yeah, there's no fucking way I'd tolerate it. Yeah, yeah, it's the whole thing is beyond bizarre, right? The relationship, Carmack, Felicia and Pat saga, like nobody will let anything go. It's just going to go on in perpetuity. It's bizarre, man. When you're done with an ex, be done with an ex. I mean, the exes exist for a reason.
it's weird that so many things that happen in the Dabbleverse have massive amounts of heat, but they're like a Roman candle, man, and they burn out very quickly, you know. But this thing has just gone on and on and on.
Well, even I mean, I know you'll get on me. Pat won't stop talking about it either, which fuels Felicia. And then and I'm not saying it's Pat's fault, and she said some horrible shit about Pat, and I would want to respond too. But you respond once and let it go. But it's just cyclical, man. It just will not end because neither one will let it go. And that's and again, I don't know the whole history behind it. I know it's
No, it's
ugly.
so if you
I know
talk
it's ugly.
if you talk to Pat, Pat will. I'm not. This is my assumption. If you talk to Pat, Pat will say she's fucking with him. She won't let it go, and that's why it keeps going. You know, that's why it keeps going on. And with her, it's like I'm sure she's saying Pat, like when she was accusing Doom of getting paid by Pat, you know, um, like she's nuts. So she's never gonna let it go. So if it's gonna let go or get ignored, it's got to be on. It's gonna have to be on Pat's side, you know.
I also think Mersh is paying Doom there. I want to stick it to Doom since she's not here now.
Yeah, but but you know what? I was gonna get myself in trouble for doing this. But don't these clippers also work for channels? And they don't.
Yeah,
But they don't.
Doom definitely worked for Patrick at one point. I don't know if she still does, but Patrick or Doom was doing it his clips on his clips channel for a little bit early this year.
But they don't put. But they don't put their name to
Right,
those
exactly. It'd be just
clips.
NLO clips. Exactly. Right, right. And oh shit, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, yeah. Some of them get paid. I think somebody did some stuff for Nick. Yeah, yeah, they do, side work or whatever that where they don't put their brand on it or their insignia or their profile picture or whatever all over the place.
Right. I guess. What do you call it? They don't. No. See, this is Jason. This was the slander. Now, this is what I was. That was what I was trying to avoid because that's what happened the other night. Was I was just saying like their real job that pays them is actually doing clips and work for channels and stuff, but then they do their own clips. And so it's like, you know, they're not doing like I don't think the guy is following Mersh because they're getting paid for it. I think they just find it interesting.
No, my accusation is that Mersh is paying Doom to put the clips of Mersh out there that are always in kind of a positive light. Like you never see, just like I always find it weird. Nobody clips Patrick negatively. Nobody really clips Patrick at all. And I don't know if it's because the show's too long or I wouldn't say he's not clippable. So I think that's weird. There's not a lot of people doing NLO clips. Maybe this little piggy because of the steel toe um, coverage, but nobody clips NLO, which I just think is strange.
That's interesting because I think oh, I'm going off to the light.
Thank God. Take
I
me
don't
with
know
you.
that Patrick is clippable. You know?
Hmm. I don't. I would disagree with that, but everything's clippable except you, Schmuel. You and me, we're not clippable, but
No, but
everybody
I
else.
mean with Patrick, it's like, you know, like the way he does stuff and he's got so many other clips. I don't know how like I don't know how much of his stuff is clippable. That's why I think you don't see it. But then you're like clipping the clip of the guy wrote going over the clip, you know?
Yeah, I mean, my point is that Clippers definitely do put a spin on thing in their own narrative, and if they like people, they put positive clips out there, and if they don't, they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all. That's all I'm saying.
Art Bell says Ron Jeremy, New York City hero and tribesman, would go to Plato's retreat. I have a friend that went to Plato's retreat, and he said that it smelled like it stunk, and there were needles everywhere.
What is that, like a swinger event?
It's a club. It was just like a sex club.
Okay.
Like people would just go in, couples
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. And this guy and his chick were really into like S&M and stuff. It was like a guy I grew up with. It was just weird, man. The guy was just like a friend of mine, and fucking, he gets married, and then one day I'm finding out that like he and his chick are into all this S&M stuff, and I'm like blown away.
To each their own. I don't kink shame, man.
it's not kink shaming, but actually that guy passed away just 4 or 5 months ago. In any event, I'm going to, yes, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I have to get up and I have to go to a Greek baby christening tomorrow.
So it's going to be all day.
Not only is it going to be all day, it's a 2-hour drive to get there.
Ugh, yeah, no, I went to a Greek Orthodox wedding one day. I was like, Jesus, it
It's
just lasted forever.
a christening to them is exactly like a wedding.
Yep.
It's the
Yeah.
same goddamn thing.
Serious business.
And it's like it goes on forever. And there is nothing as exciting as listening to Greek music blast all day
Yeah, and
long.
the whole wedding was in Greek too. It was just it was a long day.
Yeah,
Well,
this will probably be
have fun
like
with that.
in Greek and English, but then what happens is like at the reception, then people will give speeches, right? And then they'll have to give like a speech in English and a speech in Greek. And it's like it just doubles the amount of time you're there, you know? Or
Yeah.
like at my wedding, one of the old dads had to get up and read a poem in Greek, and it was like maybe 2 or 3 pages, and
Yeah,
she was an old lady, and I was like, this poem is going to last longer than my marriage.
yeah. It's not a pretty language either to listen to. It's not.
Well, at least it's not Armenian, so
All right.
there's always good. All right, kids, it's been a blast, and we're going to go out on top. We were at 30, but we're at 25 viewers, so which are actually poor numbers for us on a Saturday night.
Yeah,
But
it's me. It's me. You know.
no,
You
it's
should
me.
have had me back on. You should have had me back on.
I think we're both. I don't know. I'm not feeling like we've got all sorts of energy tonight,
All
and
right.
I should have gotten Ava on to yell at us, but
She's too big for you now, Schmuel.
no, she was on the other night, and she
Yeah,
would
I know
always.
you did a long stream with you talking about SJ forever, so I didn't really watch, but because I'm not into SJ, but it seemed like it's a good conversation for a little
I
bit
was
of it.
trying to figure out what the deal was. Like, was she a what do you call it? Was she whatever? Like, was she trolling him? Was she not trolling him, or whatever? And then, in any event, we'll be back with the. So I have Annie on Tuesday. I think we're doing a special show with Husey on Wednesday, but I'll let you know about that. And if I have my thing correct, we're back to the Dabbleverse census on Thursday.
Oh boy.
So you'll have to join me for that. And I'm going to send you a list, and you're a logistics guy. So
Yes.
it'll be Excel. So I'm going to try to exclude I'm using the Deng list as the basis. But I want to get the like Joe Rogans and those guys kind of off there.
Can you get? We'll talk about it off stream, but if you can get a soft copy of it that's editable, I can help out with that. You know what I'm saying? If you need help with it,
Yeah, send you a copy. I have it. Do you have Excel or
yeah,
Google Docs or whatever?
no, you
Yeah,
have all the stuff. Yeah,
I'll
I can
send
help
it.
with that.
I'll
We'll
send it
talk
to
about
you.
it offline.
And then no, we can talk about it on here.
Well, you're
'Cause
trying to get off. That's all. I'm
no, I
saying.
know, but you know how I am. I'm like say get off, and then it's 15 minutes later. But yeah. So I want to use that as the basis, and then we're going to start, and then I think we're going to categorize. But I think we might do random assign either randomly or assign by like name, like alphabetically or whatever, and let the people, not just here, but let the people of the DV decide upon the ranking.
Yeah, but I think what we should add to it, if we have a group, and if it's even possible to get, and you probably can get metrics of, add average viewers or number of times of shows or frequency, length of shows, type like that. So there's something tangible. We don't just have our personal feelings or what we think type thing. Have some data to back it up. Not to turn it to Moody, but if that's possible to get
No,
the,
it's what I look.
get those analytics.
I'm one of the few people that like Moody's charts, but
Of course you do.
yeah, we need so. If among you 28 people out there, if there's anybody that is analytic I'm capable of doing that, pulling the analytics and shit from YouTube and whatnot.
I'll talk to Moody, or I'll reach out to him.
That will help us. But I also want to include chatters, like not just super chatters, but like other people.
Sure.
You know, stuff like that. We try to get to quote. Actually, I closed it, I think. I was laughing because I was dicking around with the thumbnail that I was going to use for it, and I found I gotta pull this up. I'm so sorry. I found the.
Oh, by the way, I think you may have a super tip. Some Rube said something in the chat. Some big dumb animal.
Oh, my thing. Let's see. I do. I might have more than one. Let's open this up. You know what? My computer. I don't know why. I must have set the timer because the window went down. But hold on a sec. I have I have the numbers from the Bible where hold
Are you
on.
having a stroke?
No, I'm trying to
Did you call
pull something
911?
up, but I think
Right.
I might have lost the friggin' page that I had. I think I might have accidentally deleted it. So excuse me for doing that. But you can see me. All right. Let us go. Where the hell did my screen go? Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
can't imagine why we have so few viewers.
It's my amazing skill at doing this. You know, it's odd, but my dashboard has disappeared. Isn't that amazing?
Oh boy.
I know. I got YouTube. I got
Just
Edmux,
text me a picture of it, Bentley.
but
I'll
it
reach.
doesn't have. Yeah. All right. Hold. Just hang on a second. Just hang on.
All right. Well,
I'll be
I want the
right.
big Rube to get his money's worth.
Yeah. I know. I want to get in there too. And I'm gonna disappear for a second.
What an absolute nightmare. This is what you get, Bentley. This is what you get for turning on me. Schmuel's not going to play your super tip. Oscar, I see you posting nonstop. Faggot, post what you have. I've said it 100 times. You fucking unbelievable pussy. Post everything. Post my address. Do it if you have it. I fucking dare you. Okay, faggot, or shut up. You good? Do we understand each other? You fucking retard. God, you're so annoying.
Somebody's bothering you, huh?
He just won't stop. He says the same shit for months now. Post it, faggot. There, you have my permission. Go for it.
There we go. And let's just see here. And there we go. Sorry about that. All right, let's pull this up. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus, what? How's it going?
I'm
over there?
sorry. I'm having a rough night. There we go. Let's try it one more time. I don't know why this is such a. You know what happened is I'm getting there late.
You
So
also have a super chat
$5.
too, I believe.
Yeah, from Jason Bentley, $5. John's kids are drawing Social Security now, for God's sakes. Seriously. Oh, meaning by the age.
Jesus,
I
all
got
that
it.
for that stinker.
And
I think Bentley must have lost money in the market. He sent only
no,
$2
you
for
know what?
JB the other day. Now he's only sending $5.
Yeah, no. But this is the reason why he was saying something, right? Is
Oh,
for $20, Jason Bentley must be laundry day, right, Panny?
all right, no, that was better. Yeah, because I'm wearing NLO gear. It still
Yeah,
fits. I gotta wear. These things run small, and I'm getting fatter, so I'm gonna wear it while I still can.
they run spot. I'm wearing an Eckel pineapple what do you call it, shirt, and he was telling me to get no, you need an extra large. You need an extra large. You need an extra large. And I'm like, no, a large will be fine. And he was like, are you sure? I think they run small. I think he was trying to be kind, but the large fits fine. Jason, thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Panhandler brings in the money,
Yeah, right.
and
Bentley, my good
so
friend. Did you hear
uh,
Bentley big time me in Vegas?
no, how?
So we were both out there at the same time last month, and he, I went to Barry's one night, and he went the next night with Patrick, and didn't want me to go. So
Well,
that's what
you
kind of
were,
that's what kind of friend he is.
but that's because you were fighting with
No, I'm just
Patrick.
saying.
That would have
Right,
been
he
uncomfortable.
all right. Take his side. You're always against old Panhandler. I see
No,
how
no,
this
no.
goes.
I don't mean that. I mean it's just like these. I don't know. You said you weren't getting along with Patrick, so like, why would you want to go to dinner with them?
With Bentley, not I didn't care with Patrick, but he chose Bentley. That's all right. Or Bentley
Oh,
chose Patrick.
he could have taken anybody, but he chose Patrick.
Yep.
But he
My
got
my feelings are hurt. I don't often get hurt, but that one stung a little bit.
but he's got what's the word that I'm looking for? He's got you know, he doesn't go to Vegas all the time, right? Like,
I think not as
and he
much as I
sees
do, but
you
he goes.
more often.
No, he goes to Vegas. I think his business brings him out there a couple times a year, I believe.
How was Vegas when you went there the last time? Are you seeing it? It sounds like it's a cataclysmic.
Yeah, September's generally the slowest month. September and October is usually the slowest month. It didn't look as catastrophic as the media or the articles say, but the articles are right. Like everything is so more expensive. It's nuts what they're charging in the resort fees and the impact fees and everything else. It's bananas. Like there's not a lot of deals to be had out there anymore.
It's such. When we were there the last time, that was the wife and I had been there for a conference, um, just before, and that was and I was like, this is like such a ripoff, you know. And the thing about Vegas, it used to be like it was gambling, and you could eat cheap and get shit, you know, and like no more. And the resort fees annoyed the hell out of me. And I'll tell you, I spent the first night. I couldn't get a room when I got there, and I had to get there first. I spent the first night at the La Quinta Airport,
Nice,
and I'm
classy.
telling you, I enjoyed it more than the area. You know, it had a microwave, a fridge, bottled water, nice pool, and the area was like everything was an extra charge.
Yeah,
Putting anything in the refrigerator was an extra
yeah. You open the
charge.
door. Yeah, no, it's gotten insane.
I had to get I went down and told them I had a medical thing. I needed a medical fridge. Did they have a small medical fridge? And they brought up the same size fucking cocktail fridge that you have.
Right.
So I had a fridge in my room. But Dan from Nice Podcast, breaking Buckman to manipulate rankings, aka Rig. Hey man, I was the first one on them, and after talking to Carlos and found out Carlos wasn't doing them, and and what happened to my camera? Wow. So on YouTube, they're all only seeing my icon for some reason. Can you
I
hear
have it.
me?
I have it up on the other screen. You don't have a background anymore, but it looks fine on mine. On the
But
YouTube.
you can see me. Oh, because I'm on
On
YouTube.
on for
I'm on the YouTube channel. I might
Yeah,
be. Oh,
yeah. You must
oh,
be on
that's
your
probably when
channel.
I went off before.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We're not rigging anything. And I'm not doing it alone. So, and I'm not smart enough to rig anything. So, and like I said, I'm not.
Why don't you?
I will not be involved in ranking. I'm only involved in putting it together. So
When are you and Dan going to make up? What do we need to do to bring you guys together?
I don't know. Someday maybe, but you know, um,
But you guys just streamed together on Hughesy's channel, right? A couple weeks ago.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. And you've got a super chat. You missed Buckman, and actually we got that. Thank
No,
you,
you're
Dan.
late. You're just late to his super chat. I think Dan was trying to help you out.
Oh, see, this is uh $5 from Jason Bentley. Panhandler's full of shit. I'm going to have Kiki leak the DMs.
You leave my little canoe alone,
Oh
Bentley.
my! God, Jason, he is like the biggest like Keanu simp there is. Oh,
I
I
don't.
got Keanu to send us a comment.
Mm, That's so
Oh.
funny.
He
No,
was
Bentley.
so
Bentley.
he was so excited.
I was just letting you know. I was trying to help you out,
Do
and
you
you
like? Is
didn't
it?
appreciate it.
Do you like Keanu because you don't like Ashley, or is it? Do you like Keanu independently?
I think Keanu's funny. Like I do. I bet she'd be a blast to hang out with. I don't understand her aligning with John at all, but nobody does. Um, but I don't understand all the like. I think the women are pretty mean to her, and she puts up with a lot of shit, man. So I respect it. She takes a beating on online and stuff. So
Yeah, but it's
I,
not like it's not like it's an undeserved beating. I mean, she's done a lot of sleazy shit to women in the DV. So it's like you know, uh,
what
and
sleazy shit to women
well,
has she
you
done?
can't. She's constantly releasing people's DMs and texts and stuff, and it's like, um, particularly the shit with April, where she's calling Aaron about April, and like, the fuck are you doing that for? I mean, all the stuff that pretty antisocial went over, and
Nobody watches Pretty Ass Social. That roundhead.
all right,
Oh my
TV's
God.
Will Hearn for $5. He's spending Sunday night in NOLA after covering the Saints game. Wow.
Go Bucks.
And
Although I think the
and
Saints may win that
somebody
one.
in Minnesota is going to be lying in bed, not being able to get that noise out of his head, wondering who's going to come and get him. That's the thing about like jails and stuff. Not that I
No, he's
know
out.
about them,
He's
but
out.
I know. But I just the noise in there, like it's like
Oh,
24/7
oh yeah.
noise,
When you're in
and
lockup,
people and it's like that's the thing that always scared me more than anything else. Like I wouldn't be able. That would make me crazy.
did he do a show today? Did Aaron do a show today, or is he waiting till Monday?
Not I don't think so. I hope he figured something out. Dang lizard, just a small advance on any future insults. It won't be enough to get you new eyelids though. Thank you,
You
Dang.
should ask Dang, or Dang's already sent you a soft copy of the list, or an editable
Yeah,
copy. Or
Dang
it's not.
is
It's not just a PDF, is what I'm saying.
yeah, no, Dang is in here. We're Dang and I've been talking about this for a long
Okay, yeah.
time.
And as long as you got him involved, it's his
So
list or what.
the deal was I stayed out of it uh, eh, with good advice, and it was because I'm considered like a Schmuel ball washer, and so I didn't want to get involved. Like Dang was doing his list, let's let him do it. Let him do it by him, by himself or whatever, and then nobody could claim that it was rigged by me. And I don't care if they claim that I rigged one, but I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want negative attitude towards me to affect everyone else.
You do have a piss poor attitude, Schmuel.
I do. My attitude sucks. I know that. KB says Gino is done and over.
For the next 2 weeks.
KB's been saying, yeah, it's been going on for years.
Yeah, because he's pissed because Gino and Canoe did a show with John or whatever the other night.
But the tide really has turned on Gino though, and Keanu.
Has
Like,
it?
yeah, I mean they're not, and I mean negatively. Like the thing with them was they were always friends with the Kumia ATP crowd, you know, the Carl and all that stuff. And now those people don't even really want to deal with them. And
I like I said, I'm not a big WTAP. They were just at the content house though, right? They were just there.
well, that's where the trouble kind
Oh, with
of
this Schizo Sean stuff.
the Schizo Sean stuff and Keanu sharing personal information that she wasn't supposed to share, and just on
What
and on.
personally? I'm not asking what
I
exact
think it was like
information, but about who or
texts and
what.
DMs from like Carl. I think.
But Carl does
Um,
the same shit, doesn't he?
no,
I thought he did on this little piggy. That's what pissed. He shared Canoe's text first on this little piggy over the summer, and that's what kicked this whole thing off.
I was
The
not.
beef between Carl and Canoe, anyway.
I could be mistaken, but the way that I understood it was she was releasing the stuff. I mean, and she's got a history of it. Like she put out April's tweets and stuff or chats.
I don't think she
Um,
put it. I think she talked about it with Nick. Did she actually put them out?
they were. I know about them, so how would I know about them if she hadn't talked about them?
Well, she talked about it.
No, they're out.
All right.
They're
Like I
out.
said, I don't follow everything she does.
You know.
So
Oh yeah, and she put out. Whoa! I lost that jumped. Yeah, and she had Ashley's private messages and voice messages she was putting out on her show. So there we go. And which is why you should. It's creepy that I live in a world where I worry about what I DM to people, and text because I feel like it's always going to come out,
yeah, and
eventually.
that's
And
a
like,
risk. If you DM or text or whatever, yeah, it's definitely a
so
risk.
it's like if I don't want my mom to see this, then do it. And
But at the same time, you shouldn't be talking nonsense about people. You know what I'm saying? If you're shitting on other people and you don't have the balls to do it to their face or do it to them directly, then
yeah, no,
I don't have. I'm saying you in general. I'm not saying you, Schmuel. You in general. Then I don't have a whole lot of sympathy if shit comes out.
yeah, and it's also like but you do get like in the back of your mind, like, am I being trolled? Like you hear from somebody that you kind of sort of know, or from the chat and things like that, and they'll be like, "Oh, what do you think of that panhandler guy?" You know, and or so and so did a shit job today. Like, what do you think? And it's like they're just trying to get me to shit on this person, right? So then
Sure.
they can say I shit on them, you know. And sometimes it's significantly more subtle than that.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
there's always gonna be the quad fathers and the other people that are looking for their gotcha moment. I mean, that's their brand type thing.
yeah, the last night thing with Lemmy, look,
Ugh.
I just feel like, I mean, like what were you expecting? But she really did, but I could feel it when in her post today. It's like she really thought Quad was her friend, you know?
Yeah, I think so
And
too.
I think
I think
Quad.
Lemmy's generally heard about that shit. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and we were saying that on what do you call it? Hughesy's show today. I think somebody was saying it that like I think Quad thinks of them as like equal friends. Both Granny and Lemmy. So um, he didn't. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. Uh, so Chow and I were ahead of you in the power rankings. Everybody's ahead of me in the power rankings. There are no power rankings that I'm not on the bottom of. I'm shocked that I even made the list. I don't know how many times I could say that, but I'm glad that I did get you out of bed, and thank you for the $2. Um, yeah, and boy, they talk about this getting monetized thing. Well, first of all, it's very little money, but fucking YouTube, it's like they want to do a colonoscopy. You
It's
know?
a big accomplishment. Regardless, you should be happy it happened.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
See, this is look, a premium. You and about 14 other people. Buckman DM me about putting out a hit on Rochi. I got the receipts. Yeah, that'd be cool. And Rochi and I had a very good conversation this afternoon, where he's such a weird. It's such a weird world that I'm not used to, that all these guys are into. So it's like the discords and the like it's like living life online. It's just different.
Yeah, I don't
So
do any Discord stuff. Stay away from that kind of
so do I.
nonsense.
But what I did love about poor Rochi is Rochi's dying. He's literally like coughing like he's dying and rolling cigarettes at the same time.
No, that's a Brit. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I got this flu. I don't know what to do with it. Hey man, quitting smoking is like the hardest thing in the world. Um, Animal noises suggest that KXL is using a lot now that he is back in hell.
Yeah, that was weird when he was doing those noises, man. That was really strange.
He did seem somewhat intoxicated.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
Like Red Bull. I was like Red Bull and Crown, going on. All right, now we're actually really going to wrap it up, guys. Now that we're the numbers are climbing, but I need to go to bed,
All
And
right,
I
go to
want
bed.
thank everybody for coming in. And it's good to have Panhandler back. And even
For
though,
now.
I did get a bunch of Panhandlers at Trader DMs and all that
I'm
other
sure you
stuff.
did. You good.
And
I'm
I'm
glad.
like,
Good.
I don't stop anybody from going on
I didn't.
anybody else's
Did you
show.
watch the Dan? Did you watch the show?
No.
Because I didn't shit on you. I gave my. I didn't say anything. I didn't say to you directly. I
We
think
were
you know me well enough that I would never do that. I would never do that.
Yeah, I look, I think Dan, what do you call it? Like Dan got you, like it was the
No, of
getting
course.
you, his thing was to get you on. Like that was the thing.
Yeah, because we were beefing, of course.
And
And I
that
think
was,
they admitted it. I think Deb and Dan, they both admitted it. Like it
yeah,
wasn't a.
that was, but it's fine with me because the thing that it's hard for me to explain that nobody, because nobody believes me, but I know, my place in life. And I just hope that people that come on with me and stream with me go on and do better. And uh I'm not, I just don't get, I'm not jealous, and I don't really care, you
All right.
know but it's like when you got the link to KB show, it's like,
Like,
go,
greatest night of my life.
I can't believe you haven't gotten one since.
I'll never get it again. No, KB actually texted me today though, because I was so the fact that's all that we're BFFs that way. So
Cool.
we
All right,
communicate directly. I don't need to be on stream.
I got you. Do you have any plugs?
Bentley is very round, and get fucked losers as usual. That's it.
So what are you saying? Bentley is a plug. Don't get Bentley stuck in anything.
Right.
Uh,
An
Jason,
MRI
thank you
machine.
so much for the super tips. Thank you, Dan, for the super chats, and Amir, and Dang Lizard, and you guys. I really appreciate it. Oh, this is funny. Dang Lizard. I thought the story was, now that you're monetized, you're above Panhandler, so
We
he
caught
isn't
him, dang.
allowed.
We caught him. Now he's trying to backtrack. That's what he's doing.
He got pissed
He's trying to
off.
save face.
He got pissed off at me before I was monetized, which I thought was pretty funny. So
I thought you were already aware.
yeah, no, that all happened after.
Sure.
And
You're welcome.
so, but thank you for helping me get up there. It
No,
was
I had nothing to do with it. No, it's a big deal. Seriously, congratulations.
I look, it was fine. It's just like, it's like one of those things, like you establish these little goals in life, and you try to accomplish them. And it was nice. It was nice to get past there. But it was also nice that people helped out, like having Tukey on, and Cardiff was great, having you guys on. Ava, I know she's everywhere, but she's always been an amazing guest. And the four of us, with you, me, Dave, and Ava, those shows rock.
I won't go that far, but they're good. No, you and Ava are good together. I definitely would admit that. She's a
Yeah,
good guest. No, I'm not shitting on her for going on the show. She's interesting. I watch her pretty much on everything she does. Like I said, I like Ava. I'm just saying she is a show whore. Two things can be true at the same time.
just the four of us.
Yeah, and Cigarette Jones.
Just the four of us.
He's part of the team for sure.
And no, but I was getting ready. I have my notes here to compliment him as well. I've been told, and
Not
I
drunk and
told
turn it on
Cigarette
me.
Jones this earlier. No, I told this earlier on. It's just like, I was told by a larger streamer that I should not mention the mod too much, because it was going to get people to go after them. Right? Isn't that
I don't know
Cigarette? Is
anything about
that
stuff.
pretty much what I said? Because I had put like a thank you to Cigarette, and I got like what do you call it? And that I got a DM almost right away going, that's a dangerous thing. You're gonna get people going after them. And
Does it really happen?
I don't know, but I didn't know what to do, And so on the show every night, we thank Cigarette for doing it. But when I put the stuff in text, or I'm sorry, tweets, that's why we don't list them. And Mr. Jones, did you ever get that email? And we have to see. And the people in the back never get the credit that they deserve, right?
No, CJ's great.
So no, unbelievable, and an unbelievable help. So that's the deal. So that's it. Finally, guys, we're going to say goodnight now that we have 33 people, which seems like a huge accomplishment from the days it used to be 7. So anyway, like and subscribe if you're not already. And there is a $1.99 membership tier that you can feel free to join. No promises except some chat and some emojis, I think.
Way to
That
sell it. Way to sell it.
that's the deal. This is
Always
a
be
real
closing, Buckman. Always be closing. I
it's a
like it.
real problem for me to do. Like I seem to have a real problem asking for money or putting, that stuff, but I'm forcing myself to mention it.
You got to just stop with you had a real problem. That would be good. All right. All
Oh,
right, Mike. All right.
I
All
got
right,
many real
Michael Bauer.
problems. And hang out a second, and
All
I'm
right.
ending the broadcast.